You picked it, so here I am. Welcome to Schokoladen, the chocolate museum. At the entrance, there's a sign that says, "No consumption of food and beverages," which is ironic because they gave me a piece of chocolate with my ticket. I guess I'll eat that later. This is the museum map. I'll be walking through cultivation and harvest, trade, ingredients, production, the entire life of chocolate. And there's a very sophisticated tour guide here. This is Ellie, who appears to be a cousin of Curious George, with the yellow background and everything. The scientific name for cocoa trees is Theobromel cacao, which means food of the gods. It bears fruit, but the individual fruit don't grow on branches like an apple tree. They actually grow out of the side of the tree instead. Cocoa trees are usually about 20 meters high and can live to be 100 years old. This is an oversized cocoa fruit for your educational pleasure. Each tree bears 100 to 300 fruit every year, and in each fruit you can get about 20 to 60 cocoa beans. And typically it takes anywhere from 20 to 100 beans to create one single bar of chocolate. So you get an idea of how much it takes. There's a greenhouse in the museum where there's a live cocoa tree living. It's right here. And there are other plants as well. These are coffee trees. And over that direction is a mango tree. They kind of all look the same to me. Here's a map that shows the major cocoa producing regions in the world. You'll see that they're all along the equator because cocoa trees need humidity and heat to survive. Interestingly, Africa is actually the world's largest producer of cocoa. Who'd have thunk it? And unfortunately, no cocoa in the US. Wah wah. Sadly, the working conditions at cocoa plantations around the world are not very good, and cocoa farmers often earn a very low wage. In fact, experts predict that only about 25% of cocoa farmers and their families have ever even tried a piece of chocolate. Now we enter the commercial portion of our tour. This display gives you a good idea of what is in each type of chocolate. This is milk chocolate right here, which contains 40% sugar, 25% milk powder, about 20% cocoa butter, and 14% cocoa mass, which I assume is pulp from the cocoa bean itself. Then there are trace amounts of lecithin and a little bit of vanillin. On the other hand, bitter chocolate, which of course is much more bitter, contains much more cocoa mass. There's 65% cocoa mass in bitter chocolate. 29% is sugar. About 5% is cocoa butter. And then you have your 0.5 of lecithin and 0.5 of vanilla as well. This is the cocoa production room. I don't know if this is actually a working room, but it smells amazing in here. This is an industrial-sized cocoa roaster. The beans are roasted for 20 to 30 minutes at about 130 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit, but it is hot. The chocolate is dispensed into molds and then goes for a 25-minute ride on this conveyor belt. During the way, it vibrates, so the chocolate is distributed evenly and any air bubbles are released. Once the chocolate pieces are removed from the molds, this mechanical arm takes them from the lower machine to the place where they'll be packaged. Oops, there's the straggler. The chocolates then travel to this machine, where they are individually wrapped. I don't know why it's so interesting to watch machines wrapping things, but it is. Oh, I love it! I have arrived at the cocoa fountain. Chefs are dipping wafers into the chocolate here to give out samples. Is this a great museum or what? explosion. Ooh. Those are yummy. I have officially found my favorite machine in the entire world. Truffle making machine.